All right, my friends, how's everybody doing? Hopefully everyone's enjoying this very interesting and new energy that we're all experiencing together as Saturn and Jupiter have entered into Aquarius together, right? Expanding our authority, expanding our limitations, expanding our boundaries, bringing awareness to our personal boundaries in a group setting, right? This is something that's going to be an ongoing theme through the year of 2021. Right? Where does the group want to go? Where do I want to go as an individual? Does it make sense for me to go with the group, or does it make sense for me to stay true to myself if I'm not feeling it? It's going to be an ongoing theme, and we're starting this energy off as the moon is going to move into the sign of Aries, right? About 3:34 in the morning, it's going to conjunct Chiron, okay, bringing a sense of healing. All right, so it's like the lessons that we're learning here on the solstice on the 21st get carried into the 22nd. All right, and then about 11 o'clock in the morning, the moon is going to get to about 7-8 degrees and form a trine to Venus, which is left solo. Well, the south node is there as well, but, Mercury and the sun have now left Venus. So Venus is left there in the sign of Sagittarius, okay, which is about a love, expanding our love, all right? Expanding our patience, expanding our views, expanding our concept of what we value. Okay, let me show you what the chart looks like. So this trine here at 11 o'clock this morning, or 11 o'clock in the morning, Tuesday the 22nd. Okay, Venus is everything we love and we value. All right, the things that we desire, our emotional needs, still in conjunction here with Chiron, bringing healing. What do we really need? Sometimes we often think if it's just this, if I just get this one thing, then everything in my life will turn around. And this is, energy is reminding us again of our personal authority. Okay? Again, in this group setting, all right, that's one aspect. As well as, what's the highest mind for me? What's the highest thing that I value emotionally? Venus still deals with our emotions, right? Our emotional body, these things that we feel. So our highest minds, what do we value? And our emotional needs, our moon's saying we must go our own path on this particular day. We must seek what is right and true for us, okay? And we have the sun here and Mercury both in the sign of Capricorn. This is us being us, knowing that it's just that it's this. The outside world was created before we ever became of existence here on this planet. Okay, the outside world had its system, its government, its way of doing things, its order, and then we just simply got brought up into it. Okay, we are a multi-dimensional being, okay? We experience glimpses of spirituality when we shut our eyes and go internally. We experience conversations with some higher beings at times. We experience emotions, an array of emotions constantly. This is something that's not of our physical reality, but something that manifests physically. We harbor and hold on to pain or emotions. This comes as physical pain, something in the body that manifests. So the sun and Mercury in Capricorn, remembering that we are the authority. We have the authority over this physical body, right? The outside world exists in and of itself, and this body exists in and of itself, with or without the other individuals a part of it, right? So it's an interesting aspect of this oneness versus individuality. Okay, the Pisces aspect is we're all one, we're all connected. The Capricorn concept is like, no, you are you and I'm me, and I have to go on my path and I have to do what's right for me. It's going to be me that climbs the mountain and gets my dinner or my dessert, and if you choose to stay at the bottom or don't climb and don't do the work, you don't get those rewards. So it's like, how much effort are we putting into now? And especially, it's like, this is wintertime here in the Northern Hemisphere. So it's just like, well, how much did we do during harvest season? How much work did we put in during harvest season, during the, late summer and autumn months? that are going to allow us to sustain and survive during this winter, right? And that comes down to personal power, personal authority. And it's something we've been talking about a lot here. So this is now starting to truly manifest here. You know, it's just like, okay, well, where's the next steps? How do I manage myself? How do I manage my time? How do I manage, you know, being an individual here? There's no one else to blame. There's no one else to point my finger at for my survival. You know, and that's where the moon is today too. It's just like me, I survive. I survive by going toward what feels good, going toward the light, and going away from what feels bad. You know, and with Venus playing this extraordinarily, you know, beautiful trine in the morning time, you know, we're able to use those instincts to guide us, using our higher mind, using a rational sense of a rational emotional sense opposed to an irrational emotional response. Just like I feel this and response. You know, it's just like I feel this and I'm able to bring this in to, I don't know, you know, to buffer whatever is coming in. Because again, that moon in Aries, Mars in Aries kind of thing can just spout off and go. Okay, where this trine almost acts as like a buffer, or like, you know, it's like bringing the horses in before the emotional response gets put out. Okay, so we have this opportunity to respond from our higher mind, from our higher self, from our educated self. Okay, and that decision making is going to allow us to maneuver through this day, and again, being the person responsible for our own authority in whatever we're dealing with in this life, whatever we're dealing with currently in this day, this week. All right. It's a beautiful day, my friends. Whole new chapters ahead of us. Thank you, as always, for hanging out with me. It's always a joy. Wish you enough, and we'll see you tomorrow.